There we go. All right, today we're going to talk about the Yamaha XSR 700. I sold the bike over a month ago, and I'm a huge fan of that bike. I enjoyed it, I really did, but honestly I don't regret selling it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why that's the case. I will also go over how much I ended up selling the bike for, so we'll see did I make money or lose money, and just talk a little bit about the motorcycle because it was a good one. So let's jump into it. I know I talk about this a lot, but one of the best life hacks, for me at least, is get yourself a motorcycle. That way when you have to go run errands, it's way funner. I'm in the middle of running errands, but you wouldn't tell because I'm having so much fun. All right, let's talk about the Yamaha XSR 700. So the bike I had was a 2018 XSR 700. I bought it from a friend of a friend. I paid $5,500 for it. Beautiful bike, immaculate condition. Thing only had about 2,000 miles. It had aftermarket M4 exhaust. Those bikes with that 2-cylinder and exhaust, oh my gosh, they sound awesome. They really have unique sound to them. That thing is a completely wheelie machine. Things I love about it: super nimble, lightweight, easy to do the wheelies for sure. And overall, I just love the aesthetics. I love the look of it. I love the sound. There really is a lot to like about that bike, and they're relatively inexpensive. They're powerful, but not overly powerful. I had Jackie ride it. If I have her ride a bike, that means, you know, I feel pretty comfortable putting a newbie on the motorcycle. A few things that I disliked about the motorcycle: not super stable at higher speeds, and suspension isn't awesome. I think those were the really big dislikes on the bike. Nothing really crazy to dislike about it. I posted the bike for sale, and I was asking 62 or 63. I don't remember how long it took to sell it, maybe a couple weeks or so. Through here, take a quick shortcut. Before I go over how much I sold the bike for, let's talk about why I actually don't regret getting rid of that bike, even though it really is still to this day one of my favorite bikes. But I don't regret selling it, and I really don't miss it, to be honest. And the reason that's the case is because in my garage it was redundant, or in other words, I have sitting here before us the DRZ. And this bike is super versatile. It's a wheelie machine. I can take it off-road, I can take it through the grass, I can take it up and down curbs, all that stuff. And that was one thing, one area where the XSR is just lacking slightly. Just slightly, is with that versatility. But because I have the DRZ, I just didn't find myself ever opting for the XSR. Like, I just didn't have the need for it. I never really chose to go out and ride that one over this one. You know, aside from a handful of times. So yeah, it was just a little bit redundant in my situation. But I've said before, if I knew I was going to be doing more like commuting, you know, riding on freeways at higher speeds, if I was looking for a little bit more of that thrill as far as going fast, getting that speed fix in, then in that case I probably would go for the XSR. And especially for the vast majority of people who are only going to have one, maybe two motorcycles tops, I can totally see the appeal of the XSR, and or, you know, mt07 / fz-07. It's basically the same motorcycle. But again, in my situation, having, you know, a couple motorcycles, especially having this DRZ, between those two, I have to say the DRZ is the one I ended up riding the most, and still continue to ride the most, you know, even today. It's just super versatile. Like I said, life hack. You're out doing, you know, running errands, doing chores, doing boring stuff, and you take the motorcycle and it turns a chore into a fun time, which is exactly what we're having right now. I'm gonna run into Walmart, grab some stuff, and let's talk about this happens to be my little spot. That's perfect. right, and we'll talk about how much I ended up selling that bike for, find out if I was able to make any money or not on it. And leave a comment below, what item or items do you think I'm picking up at Walmart today? We'll see if anybody gets it right. This is how I check to make sure that the cart rolls good. All right, so the big question, how much did I end up selling the motorcycle for? I listed it for 62 or 63. Those bikes, they're kind of a niche bike, so they don't necessarily have like a super huge market for them. Slide by here real quick.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good, man. Thank you. So anyways, I wasn't real confident I was going to be able to make any money, to be honest. I thought, you know, if anything, I might take a small hit, which sadly I've been taking a hit on some of these bikes as of late, but that's all good. Anyway, with some patience, I ended up having a dude come by and offer me 6,000 bucks for it. You know, after turning down a few of the typical lowball offers, you know. Bam, the Lunchables. Another life hack. Cheap, easy meal on the go for a busy night. One extra just in case. All right, if anybody guessed Lunchables, then that is really, really good. Excuse me, man. Thank you. And then last but not least, this will do the trick. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I sold it for 6,000 bucks. And one of the cool things about it is I actually ended up selling it to a dude who has already started modding it, kind of upgrading it, making it look really, really rad. Kind of what I would have in mind for if I were to keep that bike, how I would set it up. I think he put a brown seat on it, some aftermarket. I don't know if he put different bars or grips. If I can find the pictures, I'll share them. But yeah, it's looking really good, the build that he's doing so far. So it's always cool to see somebody, you know, take a motorcycle and give it some love. Oh yeah, I think that's about it, man, on the Yamaha XSR 700. Super rad bike. I was able to make a little bit of money selling it. Sold it to a really cool dude who's gonna set it up nice. Because I already have this DRZ, it's a hooligan machine, I don't miss it a whole lot. I still like the bike. If I were to find a good deal on one again, I'd pick it up and have some fun on it. But I don't regret selling it. Man, I didn't realize Jackie was gonna have me picking up all this bulky stuff. All these bulky items. I can almost guarantee you will not find a funner way to go out and do the chores. There you have it, guys. John's Moto Garage, a quick update on the Yamaha XSR 700. That's what happened to it. Like and subscribe if you dig it. I know that was a popular bike for good reason. They are a really cool motorcycle, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I gotta get home. It's wicked hot, wicked hot. Let me know below, would you have sold the bike or would you keep it? And yeah, jump over to John's Stunt Garage if you want to check out my updates and current status and progress with the Yamaha 636, the Dyna, some of those other motorcycles. I will be doing periodic updates still on this channel, but you can get more of your stunt fix over there if you enjoy that content. That's gonna do it. I appreciate all the support. Huge shout out to those who support the channel. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Hasta luego. Nos vemos.